In my judgment, there is a shift in monetary policy which was reflected in a very timely action at the beginning of the year. And it's a matter of time before the pendulum of the monetary policy starts moving steadily. The first step in January was somewhat ahead of schedule because we were expecting this to happen on February 3rd. At the same time, other measures taken by Reserve Bank of India, especially on the SLR reduction front, naturally opens up more lending opportunities. The fact that, there is also detailed thinking going into how banks should be managing NPAs and long-term exposure, relaxation of LRS. Now, these are very good announcements which send a message that the overall economy is in good shape, is turning around. And I think it's a matter of detail before the next round of interest rate cuts following.
So do you think we'll see the next rate cut, as you say so, in the, post the next budget, because the governor is waiting for cues to emerge out from the budget?
I think the message seems to be that fiscal consolidation, achievement of the same for this year ending, as well as the resonance on reforms, sustainability of reforms, as well as, what kind of growth targets are going to be established for the next year. So my sense is that monetary policy is getting more dovish, and it's a matter of time before rates start coming down slowly but surely.
But, in your sense, where do you see rates going from here? How much cut do you see in this year?
You see, let's say the next 14 months up till March 2016, judgmentally, in totality, we should be looking at an overall 200 basis points reduction. So from a repo rate of 8%, at least in our judgment, we should be heading towards 6% by fiscal March 2016. Assuming that there are no aberrations, assuming that there are no global shocks, no exogenous developments, I think the Indian economy's data points consistently are going to demonstrate that inflation has been harnessed successfully by monetary measures. And I think now the growth impulses are coming back in the economy, so a good balance between monetary policy and growth-related financing seems to be the need of the hour.
Also, my last question to you, I also want to ask you about payment banks, because that is something the RBI has just, all the players have they've submitted their interest to the RBI. As far as Yes Bank is concerned, how do you see the thing, and are you tying up with any other major corporates as far as payment banks are concerned?
See, payment bank has become an extension of banking services because we need to create outreach, particularly for micropayments. We already have a fairly good mobile setup. We got fairly good internet banking. But to create outreach, ideally, we would be partnering with a telco. And to me, a telecom organization which has distribution, which is fulfilled its universal service obligations, has also got the rural and the urban reach, which is what we need to augment as part of our distribution strategy at Yes Bank. So we are very keen and will remain so till the new licenses come. I'm a little tight-lipped on this issue.
I know you're tight-lipped about the issue, but since you've already spoken that you would be interested in partnering a telco, would you mind sharing with us which is this telecom company?
Two very attractive names, and it's a matter of time. I hope in the next 45 to 60 days, we'll be able to formally announce a tie-up.
And as far as the strategy with respect to payment banks is concerned, could you shed some more light on that? How would you plan to, operationalize the payment bank, and how would you go ahead and launch it?
See, fundamentally, the bank already has the payments architecture. So, we are in any case participating in all forms of clearing at a national level, at a regional level. And naturally, all the architecture related to payments is already being hosted within the bank's architecture. The question is, how do we really multiply distribution? So a payment bank can piggyback on the distribution network of a telco, which sometimes is far, has far better and greater penetration. So for us, it's a deeper strategy. It's a strategy to create more outreach and to also piggyback and combine our strengths on the payment side with the distribution strengths of a telco.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.